What's going on, guys? Nick Wood here. In this video, I'm going to share with you my agency's plan for 2025, my rank and rent agency's plan. If you don't know what rank and rent is, very simply, and by the way, it's the easiest business model on the internet. We pick a niche, we build a website, we rank the website, we rent it out to a local business owner. Hence the rank and the rent. And that's for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about when I say digital real estate or rank and rent, whatever the case is. So I want to get into the nitty gritty of my agency's plan. A lot of the videos I've been doing over the past year, probably the last 2 years, have been a lot of what I've done, things I did back in 2020, 2021. And I want to be sharing more of what I'm doing because the landscape is changing, niches are changing that we're focusing on. Ads are changing, all kind of stuff. So I want to just really quickly share with you my agency. My company is called Evergreen Enterprises. That's my parent company, my LLC, and Evergreen Leads is my company. So really quick, as a little bit of a background, for those of you that don't know, in 2020, I had my very first year where we made some legitimate money. We scaled up. We went from being just scraping by, in fact, having debt, negative $60,000 in debt, making $8,000 to $10,000 per month. Not even a fraction of that was even lead generation money. To in 2020, by July, we were doing $100,000 per month. In an 8-month period, that much changed. 2021, we did another 7 figures. We bumped it up. I think we did like 1.4 something million. That was gross, by the way. And at the end of 2021, things started to change for me because that's when I started actually teaching people how to do it. But I want to just mention, we were just in growth mode. 2020, it just kept going up and up and up. 2021, same thing. Up until our biggest month, which was August of 2021, we added an extra $24,000 in new contract revenue, monthly recurring revenue. Now, so my agency scaled to over $120,000 that month. Unfortunately, I didn't have the systems, I didn't have the business acumen or the maturity or anything else, and we didn't stay there for long at all. We dropped back down as soon as I quickly saw that we were busting at the seams. The customers that we'd sold a couple previous months before, we were losing. We had higher attrition and all this different stuff. It was kind of a cool benchmark, though, to hit that $24,000 in new business in one single 30-day period in August of 2021. Again, all that to say, at the end of 2021, I started Digital Landlords, okay, which is my community where I teach people how to start their own business, how to get into this, how to do it A to Z, soup to nuts. And it was the best decision that I ever made. I had people asking me questions, and I actually, apart from, of course, financially, the benefits, I needed that change. I was so burned out of talking to business owners and selling leads. I needed that change to talk to people that had dreams and aspirations just like me that wanted to become free. So it was the best thing that I ever did. But I will tell you, I had no idea what I was getting into as far as the time commitment, as far as the focus that it would take. I had so many frustrations with other programs that I'd started that I had in my mind this vision of like the perfect program that I wanted to create. And that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't realize how much time and effort it would take. So I did make a good decision. I got Francesca, which is like my right-hand man, woman, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, look, you're going to need to take over a lot of this because I need to get a bunch of focus to Digital Landlords. We did that. And in 2022, which is our first full year as Digital Landlords, the business, it stayed constant. I didn't have to be involved maybe but like 20% of the time. And we maintained. We didn't grow, but we maintained. 2023, I sat Francesca down. I'm like, look, I didn't realize how involved this was. I'm going to be basically I'm not going to be there at all. I need you to run this thing. And we lost some clients, but she started doing sales. And so she started adding some clients. So again, we kind of maintained. 2024, she was still in charge, and I was basically nowhere to be found in terms of my agency. I would occasionally we'd talk from time to time. Hey, what about this? Can you reach out, help me with this client, whatever. And the business in 2024, to be very candid with you, it declined. We lost clients, some things that we should have handled maybe the year before. We let clients slip. We didn't do it. There were some things that happened, just to be very frank, to be very candid with you. And we lost some clients, and our revenue declined inside of our agency. And I'll take the blame for that. There was a number of things that happened on top of that. I tried to blame it on a lot of personal stuff, but nonetheless, here we are, it's 2025. I sat down with Francesca and I said, look, I'm tired of being stagnant and especially declining. That's not, unacceptable. We have to be not just maintaining, we got to be growing. We got to be rapidly growing. And I said, Francesca, this time I don't want to grow to the point where I am completely burned out, because last time we did it, yeah, we hit some amazing numbers in a short period of time, but I gave everything, every bit of that I had, and I didn't give anything to any other area of my life, and it's not the way that I want to live. So I am going back to the basics, guys. What we're doing is we have our client base, whatever, and I told Francesca, let's treat this. We're going to continue to do everything. And by the way, in this business, guys, you'll realize after a few years, all the people that are going to fall off, and the people that stay with you, they're probably going to be with you for the next 10 years because you've got all the good ones, and they're so low maintenance. We put almost no time into them. If anything, like today, in about 3 hours, I have a call with somebody that I've been with since 2020. They want to grow. They want to see how we can add. Like, they just want to spend more money. That's the clients we have now. So I said, let's pretend that's not part of our business. I don't even want to think in my head that. I said, let's act as if we're at zero. Let's act as if we're at $0 per month coming in, and let's build this thing. And so here's what our goal is. I will tell you first and foremost, I'm going back to the basics and everything. I'm going back to the basics with how I plan my day, what I do, what I do in the mornings, every single thing. I'm just, the John Wooden thing where it's like he was so about the fundamentals. I've realized that my life has gotten completely not about the fundamentals, and so I have really, really tried my best to go back to that, and it's been so refreshing and so good. And so I'm doing the same thing in my business to the point that I am literally waking up. Today is the last 3 days in a row. You know what I've done to start my day? I'm watching my training. I'm watching Digital Landlords training from the beginning to the end. I'm at the end of module 2 right now. Got quite a bit left in front of me, but I'm going back to literally the basics. Now, part of the reason I'm justifying that is because I'm actually recreating that training, but part of it is because I want to make sure that I'm not skipping steps. I want to go and build this thing as if it's from zero. So I want to just share with you my agency's plan for 2025. Okay, I've got it written down right here. So our goal, just so you guys have an idea here, and by the way, my goal is to build this business without me dying, without me burning out, having systems in place where I can build this without having to be as involved, even a fraction as involved, and to do it in a systematic way where it doesn't feel like we're on a sprint the entire year, because that is not sustainable. It's just not. It's fun. It was exciting. I did it. We did it, but it's not sustainable. So here's our goal, guys. Our goal is to, in the first quarter, so between January, February, March, our goal is to simply add $10,000 in new monthly recurring revenue. Okay, we have 90 days to do it. We're almost 30 days into it right now. We have 90 days to achieve that goal. Okay, in quarter 2, we want to add another 12.5K. Now, this, again, not crazy numbers. We're not trying to double the second quarter. We're not trying to do 10K in a month. 12.5 thousand of new revenue. So that puts us at 22.5. Okay. In quarter 3, our goal is to do another $15,000 in new monthly recurring revenue. That's in quarter 3. And then in quarter 4, we want to bump it up to $20,000 in new monthly recurring revenue. Okay. And by the way, in quarter 4, one of the goals is that in one of those 30-day periods, we do a $10,000 sprint where we throw on $10,000 of new revenue in a 30-day period. Why? Because back in 2020, we did that. It was so fun. It was kind of like this thing. We all got together. We went and celebrated after, had a little, we went and played golf as a team. It was fun. It was a good push. It was fun. Okay. So here's the numbers. If we do that, that will put us at $57.5 thousand in new revenue, in gross monthly recurring revenue. Okay. My goal is to keep the attrition to less than 10%. You may think that's low. You may think that's high. I want to keep it to less than 10%. And if I keep it to less than 10%, that's going to put us right around that $50,000 per month mark in terms of what we actually keep. So that would be at the end of the year, we've added an extra $50,000 per month that we've kept. Now, that would give us the run rate at $50,000 times that by 12. That would give us the run rate of $600,000 in gross revenue for the next 12 months if we kept that run rate, right? But I'm being to be realistic. And the way I want to do this, I'm going to be bringing on VAs. I'm going to be bringing on systems. I'm going to try to do as little as possible in terms of the actual work. I want to be the brains behind it, the quarterback, not the person doing the actual work, even the sales, which I'm going to get to in some future videos. And because of that, I know my margin's not going to be as good. Of course, we've got our ad costs that are going to come up front. We're going to do a really good job picking and selecting our niches and cities, but I'm going to factor all that in. So the goal is that by the end of 2025, our profit margin on all of our monthly recurring revenue, of course, keep in mind, we're going to have some that's 20% because it's new. We're going to have some that's 90% because it's deals that we got in quarter 1 that are now ranking. But I want the average profit margin to be 60% on the $50,000 that we've added. That would put us at $30,000 roughly in net revenue into our pockets. Times that by 12, that's $360,000 that would be coming in, and that is just extra cheddar, okay, as a fun practice, right? And then of course, 2026, we want to do the same thing in a systematic way, but we're going to bump the numbers up, have more, more people doing sales, more people doing reach outs, having different ways of acquiring leads and stuff like that. So guys, that's my goal. That's my goal, is that, and I'm looking at this right now, that's it, $360,000 of net revenue in my pocket based on what we acquire in the next 12 months, which would be the following year. If we did nothing, we just retained the business that we had, we would add an extra $360,000 in net profit into our pockets, okay? And that's it, guys. I just want you to know I'm excited I'm pumped on every front. I'm excited about my program. I'm excited about digital landlords. I've been spending heaps of time on recreating the training. How can we help people get to deals faster? So my energy for this is at an all-time high, and as a result, it's making me really, really tired. I've had to cut out a lot of the stuff I was doing last year that I don't have the energy for. Right? I've been more disciplined in these last few weeks than I was all of 2024, which I'm really, really excited about. It was a big change, but I'm there now. My energy is super high. I'm doing all the little things that I need to be doing, and guys, I'm ready to get it. 2025, my agency Evergreen, we're going to add $57.5 thousand of gross revenue, $50,000 that's going to be kept after the attrition, and we're going to put 60% of that right into our pockets. That's what I'm doing in 2025. I'd love to know what your goal is, and put it in the comments. I'll see you on the next video.